The government has now ordered a full independent inquiry into the circumstances and the handling of Andrew Malkinson's case, which is about time. And the inquiry will investigate the role of Greater Manchester Police, the Crown Prosecution Service, the Criminal Cases Review Commission, that's an acronym I always forget, so CCRC, and the attempt by the CCRC to dismiss the concerns which were raised by his own legal team about a vest which had foreign DNA on it and none of his own. And Malkinson, who is now 57, was convicted in 2004 in Greater Manchester, despite there being no DNA evidence, despite him not having a scratch on his face, which the victim said she gave to the person who had assaulted her. And he has spent 2 decades in prison and then recently out of prison under serving under the sex offenders register, just literally being treated as a piece of mud because he refused absolutely to admit his guilt to something that he said all along he was innocent of. He protested his innocence and therefore suffered even more. Now, a judge might have looked at him and said, well, you show no remorse. And the sentence was made all the worse because of that. But he was cleared by a court of appeal, and the evidence that formed the basis of this appeal was known in 2007, before his sentence was extended from 6.5 years to 17 years. It is quite extraordinary. Now, it's tremendous that there's being an independent inquiry. But Alex Chalk, the Justice Secretary, who says Andrew Malkinson suffered an atrocious miscarriage of justice and he deserves thorough and honest answers as to how and why it took so long to uncover. The core function of our justice system is to convict the guilty and ensure the innocent walk free. Yet a man spent 17 years in prison for a crime he did not commit while a rapist remains on the loose. It is essential that lessons are learned in full. Yes, it is. And it is essential that government ministers reach out to this person who has been so badly treated by the system. And yet nobody has reached out. Why has the Prime Minister not invited him to tea in 10 Downing Street? Why has the Home Secretary not done anything? Why have you, Alex Chalk, not done anything? You know, this is the point. This absence of support. Why has Keir Starmer, who is also implicated in the story as the Director of Public Prosecutions at the time when many of these questions were being asked, why has he not reached out? We've got 4 people of senior standing who should have reached out and said, hey, Andy Malkinson, come and have tea. Even if they're not reaching out and offering an apology, they ought to have invited him into the heart of Whitehall to at least put a face to a problem that they are responsible for solving. And they haven't. And that is the sad reality of our system, that it is impenetrable and unanswerable and mute. And we look at swans wafting down the canal and we think, oh, how wonderful, look at those little legs paddling away that we can't see. Well, you can't look at them, but imagine those little legs paddling away that you can't see. What you see is smug indifference. I don't think that's a good image.